The concept is cool if it worked organically, but I feel like it doesn't most of the time, and it's not good enough to get ratings, so then they have to script it. What's up, everybody? We are back.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Unscripted together.
Yes.
So we're a little delayed this week. We had a little situation happen to us. We filmed 3 episodes, and some way, somehow, they got deleted. So here we are again, filming again.
Technical difficulties. It's okay, we're back. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Like and comment. And so we're back with Love is Blind because everything that has happened is crazy. It's been a lot. A lot has been divulged that happened to all the cast members. I don't know, just craziness. The marriages already happened. So we're going to start and talk about Bree and Connor because we haven't talked about them.
Mm-hmm.
They actually don't make it to the altar. So the dynamic with them is very strange because she is the alpha in their relationship. Just getting straight to it. She tells Connor, so they don't even make it to the altar. She breaks it off because she thinks that she begins telling Connor that it's her, not him. Like she's not ready for it and that he's getting like a super bad version of her. And she's like, I'm on my grind. She's like, you're not getting the best version. Even my family told you that you're getting like a really awful version of me.
Jesus Christ.
And then he's so sweet. He goes, if this is what I get and this is the worst version of you, I'm okay with it.
Wow. That's how you know.
So
the relationship struggle has been real in the past.
Right, where he's willing to take this.
That's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow right there.
What do you think of her?
I mean...
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you remember that she, in the same episode, she tells him it's her, it's not him, blah, blah, blah. And then she jumps and says, in the same conversation, says how she doesn't think that they match or are aligned because when she met him, I don't know if he had a car or he didn't have like a nice car or like the type of car he had. He didn't have like a super nice house, like home where they could build a family.
Is he the one that had the 2 working stations in the basement or something? Like the gaming section and the work section?
Yes, he has a dumpster business or he sells dumpsters. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
He sells dumpsters.
Waste management.
He literally said I sell dumpsters. Like that's how he said it. That's why I'm saying it like that.
It's supposed to be waste management.
But he doesn't say it like that. But that just goes to show that he's so just, this is who I am and this is what you got. So what do you think of her and his dynamic?
So they are another example of pretty much what I've been saying all along, where love really isn't blind, because I feel like she's putting up such a guard and she's putting up such a bunch of excuses of why they can't be or like just kind of like throwing all this negative energy into the air. So that tells me A, you didn't connect like you should have in the pods. B, you're not attracted. Maybe you did connect a little bit, and then as soon as you saw the physical, you didn't feel like you wanted to keep pursuing the relationship. Either way, I just feel like there's no connection there.
And she says, I need an alpha male. I want somebody to order from me. I don't want you to look at me to see what I want.
So problem.
She says this to him.
So my problem is, why don't you lead with that in the pods?
Right.
Because this is where I have a problem with this show. I feel like I don't know, again, if it's just for TV to make it like suitable and entertaining, but if that's something that's key for me and it's important, that's the one thing I'm going to lead with every pod interaction.
Right.
You know
because
what I mean?
I feel like Connor is very aware that he's not this super aggressive personality.
He could have said that.
And it doesn't mean he's less of a man. It's just not his personality. Right. He's very sweet. He's very laid back. He's more like calm, and that's fine. So you just need someone that's going to complement your personality, not someone who's going to be like, well, I want this and I want that and I want to change it. So are you that guy? And he's just kind of like, okay, I'll take you if this is your worst day. And he's just so nice that it's painful.
Yeah.
I'm like, wake up.
Wrong reasons to be together.
Yeah.
Definitely not gonna last if they do more. Did they stay together or no?
No, she broke it off. Oh, I don't know right now if they're together because no one will divulge if they're together or not. I mean, you can
Okay.
kind of see who's not together. I don't think they are. But remember, previously to her breaking this off with him in the apartment, she talks to Chris the night of the mixer because that's where the previous episode happened, and Chris is the one with Jess, the one that was like, I need a Pilates girl, rah rah rah. Okay, so he tells her that basically that he wanted to be with her, and that Connor's weak, and that Connor's not an alpha man, that he's not the one that she wants to bring to her father, and tells her all these things.
Did they capture all this on TV?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And then she tells him, she said he says to her, after he was really drunk. I'm not saying that's an excuse because I don't like him, but I don't like his whole demeanor and everything he says and every time he opens his mouth. But he tells her we could have been F buddies.
Did they capture that on TV?
Yes.
Wow.
If somebody would have ever inclined to say something like that to me, I would have checked him real quick. Like, I don't no camera. I don't care who's there. Like, she just stayed there and just entertained the whole conversation. And then he goes, would you have picked me or would you have still picked Connor or something like that? Because she was like, why didn't you tell me any of this?
That's crazy.
Excuse me? You have a ring. He is talking crap about your man that you are engaged to.
So you think she was attracted to him? Why didn't she stand up for her man, essentially?
I think that by the whole conversation with Chris, I think that she's used to assholes. I think she's used to men that are like the player type.
Again, but why go on the show? Why go on the show if you're not open to trying new things?
I think that I want to say with an open mind that maybe with her, even though I don't really like her, and I hope she's evolved from filming and seeing herself, how she comes off and how she speaks to people and how she spoke to Connor, and how she entertained Chris's whole conversations, which are disgusting. What was the question? I forgot what you asked me.
No, my question essentially was how, like, if she's not into him and he's not her type, like, why even like just come on the show and like even like attempt? Because this is the thing with the show. You have to be open-minded. If you're not open-minded, you shouldn't be here.
Right.
We all know you have a type. We all know you like something specific. We all know you like
whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
So you either have to come to the show with an open mind or don't come at all.
Right.
Because what happens is exactly what's happening with every goddamn couple right now.
Mm-hmm.
Every single couple. I didn't know she was black. I didn't know he was short. He's not masculine. Oh, he's not this. So these are all things that you knew were possibilities coming into this experiment.
Right.
So why is that an issue now is the question that I always ask.
Well, when something like that is so obvious, I feel like they just came for the wrong reasons. So because you're saying that, let's go on to Ashley and Alex because I'm gonna touch on that. So Ashley and Alex had a super strange same thing. He likes brunettes. Not he doesn't typically go for the blonde, blue-eyed person, right? I mean, I think Ashley's gorgeous. But I get it, preferences, whatever. But you didn't even give it a shot. I mean, they were such a not functional couple on so many levels. Forget the physical. I feel like they were so unaligned because I feel like Alex lies through his teeth every time he opens his mouth, and she caught that every second. So on top of the fact that he wasn't attracted to her initially, she was too smart for him. Maybe he's just used to girls that just eat it up. And, oh, he's so handsome or, whatever. Or he's had such a worldly, because he's such a nomad. Oh, my God, I hate that word now. It's just, do you have a job? Yeah. What do you do? What do you want from someone? Who are you looking for?
Here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? So I'm going to give you some perspective. If I was in the pods, I would lead with the things I enjoy.
Right.
The things I look for. And then my preferences as far as like physical goes. At that point, you don't have to tell me what you look like because you're not supposed to.
I don't think that they can mention physical at all. That's one of the things. They cannot talk about physical at all.
I mean, there has to be
You can't. You can't. You can't say what race. You cannot say if you're short, tall. You can't
about
say
about yourself. But you can say what you've dated in the past.
I know, but that's the whole. That's the whole premise of the show.
I don't know. I think you can. I think
no,
if
you
I,
can't. Like
I
they
think
don't
if
do
I
it.
think if I was in the show, I would lead with, you know, typically, typically, I date light skin, blue eyes, blonde hair girls, but clearly that hasn't worked out for me in the past. So I'm open to just the experimenting.
But then what's gonna happen?
Now you kind of open that conversation. Now the other person has an idea of what you're used to dating and be like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be.
I don't know. I feel like that kills the whole reason of the show.
You still don't know what the person looks like.
Yeah, but you're telling. So then the other person will disqualify themselves. Yeah. Because they'll be like,
okay, so
if you're the total opposite of that, so you can be the most amazing looking person, but you're just like, I'm not their type. So scratch that, go on to the next.
I'll give you the flip side of that. So I would probably lead with, I typically don't date X type of people, but I'm here with an open mind. I don't care at this point what you look like.
I don't think they can talk about it. I've never heard people say that.
That's what I mean. But people just.
But I want to talk.
That's the thing. They're not having those conversations.
Right. Well, that's the whole. I think that's what makes the whole show, to see if love is blind.
Yeah.
Because you can't talk about it. Ashley and Alex make it to the altar. I think that her intent, and we've talked about this, she makes it to the altar. They ask him if he's going to say, I do. And she steals the moment because she wanted that to be her moment. She didn't want to hear him say, I don't choose you. I think that would have ate her up inside.
I wasn't going to choose you anyways, yeah.
She would have, because she said, nobody doesn't not want to be chosen. She said it in the interview on the side, right? And I get it. Yeah. That's hard to hear, like someone's not choosing you. But I mean, that's the premise of the whole show. You're not the first or last one that's going to be, if someone says no to you.
I have another issue with that, because prior to that, leading up to that, she's crying.
Yes. So it's acting. She's acting the whole time.
She's giving so much positive feedback on how, he's going to be a great father. Because he didn't have a father. And this and that. Yeah. And I'm just like, and then she rambles. Like if she would have said no, I would have been like, all right, I kind of saw that coming. But she gave a whole detailed 3-minute explanation. But 20 minutes prior to that, you're crying that he's going to be a great father. This is why I have a problem with these shows.
Yeah, so I feel like it was so much acting on her behalf. It was weird. Because she's like, oh, he's going to be such a good dad because he didn't grow up with a stable father figure, and he had he had challenges with his father or fathers that he had, and blah, 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 because his mom travels a lot. There is a question if that was really his mom. If you know, you know.
We'll find out.
Then she goes, but the whole thing is that she wanted to, it was like someone said this and I loved it. It was like a public execution. She wanted to take the moment. She wanted to say no to him.
Why does she want to do that though? Like why?
Because it's embarrassing, because her ego was not going to allow him to say no first. Because the justice of the peace said, do you say I do, or whatever the words are.
He asked her first, Alex.
The justice of the peace asked Alex, and she took the moment, didn't allow him to answer, and she said, I know what you're going to say and I don't care, and it's a no for me because you're a liar and you have no integrity. That's basically what she said. She said a lot of words to say he is a liar and his integrity is questionable. I'm going to
try to find this clip and see if I can put it somewhere like pause this video, insert that one, and then
Alex, do you take Ashley to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love, honor, and cherish, forsaking all others, so long as you both shall live? If so, say I do.
I know your answer, and it doesn't matter to me. I know you don't choose me, and I'm not choosing you either. When we were in the pods, all of our stories, all of our future plans, they aligned perfectly. However, once we left the pods, there was no effort. There was no intimacy. There were no questions that you had for me. And I felt like as soon as we moved into the apartment, we were roommates.
Okay, so Ashley and Alex were a disaster from the beginning. He wasn't attracted to her. They had the intimacy issues that she brought up. Yeah. Oh, but wait, I have tea. I forgot. I almost forgot.
Go ahead.
The most important part. Ashley, there's rumors that have been checked by our friends who do this full time. Ashley had a man ever since they made it to the apartments. Because if you remember, I showed you the clip where she's saying that they haven't had sex and that she has a problem with that because it's like she's begging him, and she's very good looking. Like she shouldn't be begging nobody to do that.
Struggling to get
Yeah.
cheeks. Yeah.
So, and at the end, fast forward when they're interviewing Alex after she told him off at the altar, he goes, she talks about me, but she has skeletons in her closet too, and that's all he said. He didn't say anything else. I thought that was weak of him to say, like, just be a gentleman and shut the hell up.
Or don't say, either say it or don't say it.
I think don't say it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were brought up right, like to be a gentleman, just be quiet.
So
I don't know. That's what I think. But anyway, so I'm not saying what she did was right, but they said that she had a man the whole time, and she even threw a birthday party for him, and they fact checked it. She was at the party.
Oh my God.
It was some very well known people that were there. It was like a whole thing.
While the filming was taking place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or after the filming?
Yeah. No, it was during, because when they moved into the apartments, that's when I think she figured out like, this isn't going to work.
Oh my God.
But I feel like there is some part of almost everyone that goes on this show that wants to be on TV.
Yes.
And they're trying to get something out of it.
Yes. And by the same token, I feel like most of these people are never compatible, and most of these people just never really care to make it work. It's like one out of like every 10 couples that genuinely goes there for the right reasons. Yeah. That's why I kind of lost interest.
Well, the people that have made it, that are still together, I love. Like the first, like Lauren and Cameron, that from the first season. I love them. Oh, I love them. Everybody loves them. They're like, they just had a baby from the first season.
Yeah.
So, you know,
but
there is hope.
Out of every season, you'd be lucky if you get one or two.
Yeah.
Because everybody else doesn't have the right intentions. Or it could be that Netflix just pays people to act. I don't believe that. Well, yes. Well, there's a lot of things that I believe lead to that, because a lot of questions don't get asked that typically should get asked, right? If you're just strictly going off of emotions and no appearance, you want to ask a lot of habits. You want to ask and a lot of those questions get fluffed. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of questions I would be asking if I was in those pods and I could not see who I'm potentially going to marry. And I feel like they just dabble over a couple of them. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you say one thing in the interviews and then you lead with another when there is no interviews. Like what we're talking about Ashley, how she's crying, Alex is going to be a great dad, and this and that. And then as soon as they got to the altar, bam, she got her opportunity, she called them out. That was strategically planned.
Oh, of course.
So how is it that 10 minutes before that, you're getting interviewed in your wedding dress and you're praising him of how great of a dad he's going to be?
Yeah. No,
so that's what I mean. A lot of it is questionable.
That right there, I think, was, if they're not actors, paid actors, all of them, she definitely made a point to be like, I'm going to say my piece. He's not going to say no to me. Yeah. And her dad was so proud of her. Her dad, if that man could have like cheered for her.
He knew it was coming though.
He knew.
I think she told him. She told him, I'm not going to marry this guy, but I got to do it. I'm on the contract. I got to do
something
this.
Something like that. Yeah. You know what I thought was weird?
Because he didn't look surprised.
What I thought was weird is I think she's a lot like her dad, and that's fine. When she is going down the aisle, like when they're done, and she said, "No, I'm not gonna marry you because you're a liar." She goes down. She goes, "Help me!" And her dad is the one that gets up, and he walks her up, and her mom stays sitting down. I thought that was weird.
I mean, maybe she's closer to her dad. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's your mom. Your mom, like on your wedding day, even, I don't know.
I mean,
the whole thing was weird.
The females usually lean towards the dad anyways, no? Isn't that what they say?
Yes, but if you're crying because especially when you just told someone off, it didn't go the way you wanted, it's just nerve-wracking.
Or maybe she was whispering and nobody heard her really.
I know,
we heard her because there's a microphone on her.
No, I know, but even when they walked around, then her cousin, friend, whoever it was, she followed her. Like her mom just stayed there. Her mom eventually made it up. That was just a weird tidbit.
I honestly feel, so when the show started, season 1, years ago, I thought it was genuine. Progressively, I've seen all the shit shows and all the things that don't get questioned, all the things that don't get asked. Progressively, and even moving into this season, I'm really 100% convinced that Netflix has a great concept for a show and a great idea, but 80% of it has to get scripted, or else it won't get executed in a form where people will be engaged in watching it. So the other 20% might be organic, but I want to say 3/4 of the show, you're being told what to say, how to act, when to say it, and very little, maybe at the very end, is actually you saying what you want to say.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that throughout a whole entire season and series, you're complaining about XYZ, and then you end up making it to the altar. And even 2 minutes before you get on the altar, you're being interviewed and you're praising the person about how great they are and how much potential they can have. And then you get to the altar and you straight bash them.
Yeah.
So like, this is what I mean. I want to say the concept is cool if it worked organically, but I feel like it doesn't most of the time, and it's not good enough to get ratings. So then they have to script it,
right,
in order to get the ratings,
to get drama and views.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
because hold on, because I feel every couple would be like, what's the couple that got married? The black dude.
Oh, Christine and Vic.
They're
so wholesome.
So you see how organically they made everything.
Yeah.
There was no drama.
Right.
There was no nothing. Who would want to watch that for 10 episodes?
I mean, we kind of did in the beginning.
People watch it because the gossip, because the entertainment,
Yeah.
because they cut the episode and make you wait 2 weeks to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that's how you build excitement. There's really not that much excitement with them because they actually genuinely found love.
Right. That's so sad.
That's the world we live in.
Well, I do want to get into Brittany and Devante because their whole predicament is wild to me. I feel bad for Brittany because I feel like she wholeheartedly wanted a man, a husband, a marriage. She bought the dress beforehand. Before she got on the show.
Wait, don't they all buy dresses beforehand?
No.
Oh, before the show.
Before the show.
Oh, okay.
So she didn't want to pick from the dresses, like, you know, they go pick the dresses, like everybody picks the dress the same day in the show, during the show.
Gotcha.
She got hers before the show. So she really wanted that life and that whole thing. But I think that she wanted it so badly, and despite and too much, even though she should have followed her heart and her intuition, where Devante was not into it. The same thing that happened to Ashley happened to her, where they both knew that they weren't the people. They weren't attracted. Their person wasn't attracted to them.
The guys.
Yeah. But Devante was like a whole nother issue. So I don't know if you guys know.
Devante had some chick pregnant and all types of stuff, didn't he?
So now we found out, obviously not during the show, that he's having a baby with somebody else. Cheated on Brittany with someone. The girl knew the show was happening, so that was on her. But if he's gonna do it to her, why wouldn't he do it to everyone that he's gonna be with? It's just your personality at that point. So a girl came out, said everything, like divulged all the information, that he was dating her, that he told her he was gonna be on the show. When he picked Brittany and saw her and saw that she was not a white woman, told the girl that he was disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm so confused at that
sure
dynamic.
That's breach of contract right there, because they're not supposed to be talking about
that
before the season ends.
Right.
So that alone right there would cause him.
So anyway, he has zero integrity. He is a liar, cheater, all of the above. I feel bad for. I hope that he changes his ways. People can change. I hope that seeing himself and what a coward and a lack of everything.
So
from integrity to everything above and below that.
Another guy in this episode that came without open mind.
He told the girl that he just went on the show to see if he could get brand endorsements.
Who's gonna want to endorse him for what?
That he just wanted to get brand deals. I'm sorry.
Brand deals from who?
He just, I don't know. He thinks he's like Michael Jordan and he's gonna get. I don't know. Like
Weight Watchers.
I don't know.
Jenny Craig. Like, who's gonna? I'm
like, sir, you are no. I have a lot of things to say about the way he looks, but I'll keep it.
I think people forget also too.
Nice.
Okay, I want to touch on something because people get so focused on the being on TV part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
They forget that they have, like, you exist in this world. You have a job or a career that you have to report to after all this filming's over. You have people that will recognize you when you're out in public in your home city. they forget to have some sort of integrity because all eyes are on them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't know if the paycheck is worth the tarnishment of your reputation.
Well, if you're that kind of person, if you're a liar and a cheater and you're having babies and you're lying to every single woman, saying that your mama died, saying that your grandma died, saying that you got to go back to Ohio, having girlfriends in Arizona, having girlfriends in every state.
How do you?
Why are you Why are you saying all of these lies? Like they're not gonna come back and haunt you when the whole world sees the show.
How are you in a relationship and you're like have somebody else pregnant and you're on the show?
Well, so the girl that broke up with him,
or if you do have someone pregnant, lead with that. I have something I gotta tell you.
No. This was after. This was just now. The girl is probably.
Oh, she wasn't pregnant when they were in the pods?
No.
Oh, okay.
He had a girlfriend. Went into the show.
Yeah.
The girl was okay with that. That is confusing as hell to me.
She was? I thought she didn't know.
No, she did know.
Oh, so this
is a different girl. These are different women.
All right, so I wouldn't call that a girlfriend. I would say someone that was dating, like dating meaning like getting to know each other, not someone that
he met
you're my
her
girl.
Children.
Well, that's on her for like introducing him to them.
Okay, they were in some sort of relationship, romantic relationship. He goes on the show. They're still together. Gets engaged to Brittany. Fast forward. Still in the relationship with this girl.
And still
gets another girl in another state. I think that's the girl he got pregnant. We found out in February last month that the girl was a month and a half pregnant. That's very fast.
You like to tap?
He was engaged 3 times. He was engaged in 2024.
A bachelor.
He was engaged to Brittany, and he's engaged now. He's been engaged every year.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
That needs a show of its own.
Yeah.
But no, we're not giving that the attention. That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
But anyway, so at the end
So you think that was all organic, or you think that was?
Oh yeah, he's a horrible person. Yeah, no, that's his own drama, his own life. So on the show.
I guess what I'm saying is, do you think Netflix knew about this in advance, like the producers?
No.
Don't they do research on the people they're gonna bring on board?
I don't think they hire PIs to go after these people.
No, but your recruiting team has to kind of like do some.
But none of this is out, babe. Nobody knew anything. So this guy has been, that's what I'm saying. This guy has been living this kind of life for a while now, where he travels back and forth. I'm not sure. I forgot what he does for a job, but
he's a sales manager.
Of where? Of who? Exactly. They didn't say. All these jobs are so very questionable. So him and Brittany don't make it to the altar, obviously. He tells her he's not ready. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for not doing the whole altar thing, because that's annoying. They sit down at her house and he tells her, Brittany says, okay, so wait, he tells her, no, I'm sorry. Brittany says to him, where do you see this going from here? And he says, I'm not a fortune teller. Wow. No. And then she says, I'm still 99% sure that we're gonna make it to the altar one day. So basically they break it off, saying they're not gonna get married. And he tells her all these things, but he's very vague in the way he speaks. And then she just keeps taking whatever crumbs he's leading with, and instead of being like, you know what, this feels wrong, there's something about this man.
That's another person that I always question and say, is this scripted for the show? Because this person's clearly throwing so many signs at you. And you're still like, we're just not getting married today, but I have hope that we're going to get married in the future. Do you really? What has he shown to you that has made you feel that comfort?
Zero. I've never seen this man organically from his own thing go to her, reach over, hug her, kiss her, nothing. It's always her leading.
He doesn't like her.
Of course.
He's not attracted.
But she knows that. So it's just, that's where it's like, is it scripted? Is it not scripted? It's very painful.
This is why I say love is not blind, because this season was a perfect example of couples not making it work with really nice people just because they don't like the way they look.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think there was a season too, like earlier in this, like season 2, season 3, there was like an Asian guy with a white girl, and the white girl was really pretty. The Asian guy was cool, and she was like crying her eyes out because she's like, I'm just not attracted to him.
yeah.
And it's just like, all right, so why do you go on the show? The show is called Love is Blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're not willing to try a black person, an Asian person, a brown person, or a Spanish person, whoever it is,
supposed to be, yeah.
Why are you on the show?
Yeah.
Are you just hoping that it's your type?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I question this show a lot, like as the seasons progress even more and more.
So Brittany's response, because of, I guess she's getting a lot of backlash, people calling her dumb, whatever. I'm going to read this really fast. She basically says, reflecting back on the past year, I can clearly see what the world is witnessing, and I couldn't fully see or choose, or see in the moment. And then she goes on to say, let's see. She says that she realized how stupid she looked. She wanted to give him grace, and that she wanted to just see the best in him.
Yeah.
And she says that we only got to see a portion of it.
So she's saying he's really more than what
that
they
she
showed.
got a little more than what they showed, and that's why she kept going. But in hindsight, like retrospectively now, she sees how silly she looked because he obviously wasn't into it, but she was hoping.
Right. Well, because she went with the right intentions. I'm assuming.
Right. So I don't know. It's that the whole thing was questionable. I think she should have seen the red flags before and stopped, because she just looked very desperate. Yeah. And I feel bad for her. I don't think she's a bad person. I just think it was a little. You know
what I question? I question some of these females in this specific case, right? And maybe some other guys in other episodes, but in this season, some of the females are genuinely seem like nice females.
Yes. Yeah.
And on top of that, they're attractive. They're good looking. Mm-hmm. They have their life together, right? Most of them have careers.
All of them.
Like the girl that's a doctor, Jess. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Ashley chick. Mm-hmm. You have the Brittany chick. These girls all decent looking.
SLP. The one that Christine is an SLP.
Yeah, she's an SLP.
Yeah.
So like, these are all people with an education, with good careers. Look, I would say pretty good. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why women like this can't find love in the real world.
Well, I think we've had examples.
To the point where you have to go on TV.
Right.
To attempt and try to find.
So I think that's why I said in the beginning, a part of me feels like they want to be on TV. Like they want some kind of.
So I'm going to agree with you on that. A part of me as well also thinks they want TV time and maybe like see where it goes. Mm-hmm. But the other part of me, because this is a kind of like a relationship channel, I want to say some of these people just have things they have to work within themselves.
Oh, of course. Because
I'll give you an example, like the Ashley chick. She said when she was giving her little spiel at the altar, or afterwards, I think in the interview part, she said that if it was the Ashley from a year ago, she would settle and say, okay, maybe he'll change, this, that, the other. You saw that part. Mm-hmm. So that just tells me you make a lot of bad decisions. Mm-hmm. So
she's owned up to that.
So that's an inner problem.
Right.
That's something you have to work on.
Right.
It's nobody else's
problem. So you're saying going on the show isn't going to help that?
It's not going to help you.
Right.
It's not going to help you. It doesn't matter who you meet on the show.
I think that she was trying to be, if she truly cares and went for the right reasons, she was trying to be open-minded to see what kind of, like, if you believe in God and just him bringing you the right person, I think that I could see that, where someone's like, okay, I've chosen the wrong person every time. Let me just put myself into this experiment and see what happens. I think go with a good intention.
I think if Alex wouldn't have expressed so clearly that she wasn't his type,
yeah, she
would have probably went along and gave him a chance. Mm. Again, not reflecting that that's not really what she wants. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she would have settled. Yeah. She would have been like, maybe this can work, whatever. So again, that's an inner problem.
Yeah, but his stories were not making sense.
Right. So he made it just so obvious that, like, if you're with him, you're just an idiot. So
I don't know if him and Devante are friends. Oh, wait, they did live together. I didn't do that on purpose. I swear I forgot until now. They did end up living together after the show was over.
They're all from Ohio.
Well, so. I'm saying that I'm so surprised, but I'm not, because I just remembered They did live together, and that because I was gonna make fun of them and say they should be best friends because they live in Ohio, they live in Arizona, they live in Memphis, and like so many different cities, and they possibly have relationships in every single place that they've lived because they don't have a stable like home, and that's super red flag. Like, don't date somebody like that. I do want to touch on Amber and Jordan before we end. We still have Jess and Chris and Christine and Vic. But Amber and Jordan were such a mismatch. I don't know if they're still married. I don't think they are. I want to say I don't feel that they are. Which one's Amber?
She's the one that had the kid?
Yes.
Okay.
They went to the altar. They said yes to each other, and it was very weird. I felt like they were both... I think she was shocked that he said yes. And then she said yes. And then their whole family looked very shocked that everybody said yes.
Well, I kind of feel like they had to say yes. I mean, she brought her daughter on there.
I know.
Like, if she had a daughter and her daughter didn't come, then I would be like, all right, there's something's weird here. But you bring your daughter there and you fly her out. She misses school. Now she's on national television. You have to go through with it. Yeah. You can't, like, go through all
that to the child.
Right.
So my only thing...
if you do it just for money and likes, you're
my only thing there is, like I said, she looked shocked when he said, I do. Okay, fine. Maybe you are shocked and it's not a bad thing. But like her whole family, his sisters were super shocked that everything was happening. And I just feel like they're a mismatch because she is very established. She's a nurse. She has a child. So I feel like her maturity level is like through the roof. He looks very young. They're the same age.
I think she was surprised because she thought he was gonna like say, you know, I'm not ready to be a stepdad.
Yeah.
It's just you come.
He's sweet. He looks like a sweet person.
You come with a package. Let's be honest. And I don't know if I can handle that package. I'm ready for it.
Well, remember, that was one of the reasons they fought because he did say that. He said, I'm scared.
Yeah, so I think that's the reason why she was questioning it.
Yes.
But I feel like she was all in, I think. No?
I don't know. No. I don't know. That dynamic with them was weird, honestly. We'll see what happens at the reunion.
I mean, they got married, so...
They did get married. It could be that they're not together.
And neither one of them said no.
Yeah.
So they both said yes.
I think that with time, he would be a really good dad to her daughter. I feel that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But did they even talk about having more kids? Is he gonna want a kid of his own? Does she want to have more kids? Like, this is what I mean. No. These are questions that don't get addressed.
I think that they did want to talk about that, and I think they were both open to that. So I don't think that... My only concern with him is the way he was living was so opposite of the way she's so put together. Then he made it a point that she has a home that she bought a long time ago, and he's like, well, maybe we could sell and like move closer to the city, because he's like, he made I forget how he said it, but basically he wanted to be closer to the bars. Excuse me?
City life.
You want to be married and you have a child now. Mm-hmm. Why do you care about bars? Mm-hmm. It's just weird. They're the same age. It's not like he's younger than her. So that's weird. That was where the red flags were like, I don't know. In the future, I feel like he's going to be a good dad, good husband, but I don't know if the future is now. Jess and Chris, Disasterville. We already talked about them. They didn't make it, obviously. Chris
is the one that wants a Pilates girl.
Chris does not know what he wants. He is a hot mess, and she at the mixer, the last thing that we saw of them, Chris went up to her and he goes, I just want to say, how you have the balls to still go up to this woman? I don't know. What he said was a whole bunch of gibberish, and then he tried to be like, you look beautiful, by the way. And you look beautiful because I like your hair. And she goes, you don't have to tell me why I look beautiful. She stops him because it was kind of like weird. It's like, it's like you're writing something down or checking off boxes. You look beautiful because X, Y, and Z. It was weird. He's strange. I don't really care about him anymore. He's just a hot mess. The way he went up to Bree, talking down about his boy, they were friends, about Connor, trying to kick it to her to see if they got together. No. And then dabs him up at the end.
This is going to be an interesting...
After he just said that to Bree. And then Bree, why are you letting him? I would never let you dap somebody up that just tried to kick it to me. Yeah. I would tell you.
That's crazy.
I would check him real quick and then go to you and then tell you so you don't look stupid. Now you're just like being like friendly to this guy who just talk crap about my... No.
That's crazy.
That whole thing was a mess.
I can't wait to see the reunion because I got a funny feeling that it's gonna it's gonna be a shit show.
I know. I can't wait.
Because there's gonna be a lot of what do you call it? A lot of tea being thrown in the air from things that were happening during and after.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know some of them are having like intimacy issues, so I know that's gonna get addressed. I'm sure, because that's always good TV. And like all the things that were being said about Chris and Connor behind their back at the bar. So the reunion should be interesting, even though probably most of it is scripted.
Yeah, I don't know. That's so.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but anyway, I think that's gonna be the end for today. So we'll come back when we talk about the reunion, because that's gonna be good.
So bottom line, love is not blind. I'm sorry to say.
I know.
It's
I wanted to feel like it was.
It's it sucks to say it, but it's not blind at all.
Yeah, that's why you laughed when I said it in the beginning when we started doing this. But if everyone was blind and you could only go by emotion, we would live in a better world.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people like what they like.
Yeah.
And you cannot convince them.
I don't think it's unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate that people lie. I think that's the bad part. So like if you like a certain type of person, okay, you like certain qualities externally. But if you're choosing the wrong people and you're choosing I think people like when they're choosing the wrong people, they're choosing toxicity. It's a pattern.
Well, they're choosing.
It's always a pattern though.
Because they're choosing shit that's not priority, like looks.
Right, but if
this person is right up my alley. However, I don't like XYZ, but maybe they'll change just because you like the way they look. Where it should be the other way around. It should be like, oh my God, I love the way this person treats me. I love what they do. I love how they act. I'm not crazy about how he looks or she looks, but I'm sure we can learn to like see past that. Or maybe just because, not that I don't like how they look, but maybe I'm just not used to it. Maybe I can get used to it. Like, you can sit here and say, I love steak. I'm just a steak lover, any type of steaks. But you might try some chicken, you might like it. You might try some salmon, you might like it. You could be the biggest steak lover in the world. That doesn't mean that that's all you need to eat the rest of your life. So you can like blondes in Alex's situation. You can like brunettes your whole entire life. You've never had a blonde. You might be with a blonde for a couple months or a year or whatever and be like, oh, I like it.
I think for him, I think he would have gotten over the physical because she's beautiful. I think that it was her question asking.
And her parents.
Because he didn't make sense. It's not her fault.
Yeah. Well,
I would have asked all those questions too. If your stories didn't make sense and every time you open your mouth, you said a million words and literally made no sense and you contradicted yourself every time.
And her father was a father.
I would have done exactly the same.
He knew that if they stayed together, he was going to have to give some real answers and show some real receipts.
Right.
And be like, this is what I do. Come here, take a seat. Let me show you. You know, this is what I do throughout the day. Yeah. This is how much money I've made. This is how much money I've lost. Because the further and further you go into a relationship, I would assume you have to be more transparent. Mm-hmm. Right? You can only hide stuff the first month.
Right.
You know, 6 months.
You shouldn't have a problem if you're being honest.
3 to 6 months down the line of you being married, you better start opening up if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And then all your skeletons are going to come out.
Right.
So I think that's what he was like afraid of.
Yeah, I think that people need to which
is important why you have to be honest.
Right, and I think Ashley said something really good. She said, "I need to stop falling in love with potential," because there's a certain this is my belief. Mm-hmm. I feel like after a certain age, men are pretty much who they are going to be forever.
What age is that?
I want to say in the 30s. It takes men a really long time. Damn, I feel.
It's fucked up.
I know. It's just what it is. I feel like it takes them a while, and I feel like after a while, I mean, if you're like, oh, but he would be so great if only he wasn't a liar, or if only he didn't go to Ohio every time he said his grandma got sick or someone died, it's like all these things of like the potential. No, after a while, guys, girls, people. It's just believe what people say and believe who they show you they are, because
It's definitely,
If not, you're just living in a wonderland in your head of what could be. And I think that's what drives people to either stay single for so long because they keep breaking things off, because they keep doing that with every single person. And that's a pattern. And it's really hard for people to see their faults. I know. Like for people to see the patterns that they're choosing the wrong person every time. But if you're a certain age and you haven't been able to be in a stable relationship,
you have to look at yourself.
Yeah. Like, what am I doing? I'm pulling in these people. I always say this in every single, I feel like, episode.
And I still preach to this day that you have to surround yourself with people that add value to your life, at least in the section of your life that you want to improve.
Yeah.
So you want to improve your financial situation, surround yourself with people that are financially successful in your inner circle. You want to find yourself a husband or a wife. Surround yourself with people that have had a successful relationship or are in a successful relationship, and eventually that will just come in your direction. I feel like a lot of these people in these shows, they're just out partying, clubbing every day, living the city life. Those ain't places you're gonna really find your wife or your husband.
Right.
You can. Everything's possible.
But it's gonna be harder.
It's gonna be harder.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're gonna meet somebody. You're gonna be probably intoxicated. Most of the time, you're gonna meet someone. You're gonna meet them in an environment where you can't really get to know a person. And then that's the foundation. You know, how do you build on that?
I know.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's hard. So we'll be back, you guys, with the to talk about the reunion. That should be spicy.
When's the reunion?
Next week, next Wednesday.
Damn, another week.
Yeah, I know. They make you wait. It's so annoying. But guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It helps us tremendously. We put a lot of hard work. We have other jobs. We have kids. We have dogs. We have a lot going on. But we love doing this. Yeah. So we want to bring you more content.
We love gossiping.
But no. We love talking about relationship stuff because I feel like it matters to bring a different light into the perspective of dating, relationships, marriage, and all of that into a world that makes it a little harder, with everything going on. So if you haven't, like I said, subscribed, please do so. If you haven't. Take the 1 second. It's free 99.
Share.
Like the video and comment below what you think about any of the couples, what you think about this whole concept of Love is Blind.
Good or bad, it doesn't matter.
Is the show you think scripted? Is it all for TV? Do these people actually care about each other? I don't know. Send us your thoughts. Yes. As always, thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.